And we're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel for Friday, June 27th. All 15 teams play, all 30 teams played today in Major League Baseball, meaning 15 games, and we've got our 5 best bets again for this entire slate. Now, before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. This week on Greedo Plays MMA, our UFC 317 predictions with Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira in the main event for the Lightweight Championship, and also tonight over with the Professional Fighters League, it is going to be Fabian Edwards and Josh Silveira main eventing their card over in Chicago, Illinois. So go make sure to check out both those videos linked in the description down below. We're about 70 subs away from 1,000 on Greedo Plays MMA, so let's make that happen as soon as possible. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the MLB. Kicking things off with our Nerfy of the day. Yesterday, the Nerfy hit. So back on the right track, hopefully there. Shout out to Shota Iminaga and shout out to Payante as well for going out, getting 6 outs for us. Today the matchup is David Peterson and Mitch Keller. There are a couple things there's a couple reasons why I'm going with this. I'll just get the first one out the way. The Mets didn't get a getaway day. Yesterday was weird, and I know, again, Mets-Braves, play didn't hit yesterday. That sucked. Mets won 4-0. The Braves just couldn't hit the ball to save their lives. Griffin Canning, unfortunately, tears his Achilles. He's out for the season and likely much longer, but the Braves aren't able to capitalize as the Mets have to go to their bullpen in the 3rd inning because of the Canning injury. Anyways, the Mets did not get a getaway day, nor did the Braves, but we're not going to talk about Braves-Phillies today. I think Phillies' money line is very playable today. I'm deciding to go against that, though. So, again, that's an extra play today, but again, that's not part of the 5 best bets. Anyways, the Mets had to play a night game last night, and I get it, the travel is not that extensive, obviously, from Queens over to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but it's just unlike these other teams that got to, hell, the Giants and Marlins got to play at 1 o'clock, the Rockies and Dodgers played at noon, right? Every team got to play early so they could get on a flight and get to their next location, while the Mets had to play a night game. They win, but now you got to go immediately to Pittsburgh. I just don't like it. They do have the earliest game today as well. Not like that matters. I mean, they're playing 25 minutes earlier than what they would have played over in Queens. But I think there's something to note there that, all right, the Mets are just jumping right back into another game and didn't get the extra 3 hours, to recover before getting onto a plane and going to Pittsburgh. Again, the flight's not that long, I understand, but I think that's something to mention here. On top of that, the pitching matchup today is David Peterson and Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller, he's been all right. I believe Mitch Keller, I think, is 6th in all of the National League for least run support. Guys like Mackenzie Gore and Paul Skeens obviously are at the top of that list, but Mitch Keller doesn't really get run support either. Because here's the thing about Mitch Keller. He hasn't been that bad this season. ERA's 4. 1.22 whip. He's got a 1-10 record because his team never gets him run support. Again, he didn't have a bad month of May. He went, he had a 3.5 ERA. His team won 1 game that he pitched. His team doesn't get him run support. That doesn't really matter here actually it favors us a lot. We have a pitcher who we think can get through the first 3 outs in the top of the 1st inning and a batting lineup or batting order behind him that will likely not give him any support. So again, Mitch Keller with a 4.02 ERA, his last start against the Rangers, and really every Mitch Keller start, I'm going to be honest with you, is kind of the same. It's 6 innings of work, usually anywhere from 2 to 3 runs given up. We just need him to get the first 3 outs. So again, his last start last Saturday against the Texas Rangers, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. So again, it's just, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He's going to get the Mets today, the New York lineup, right? That won back-to-back games after going on a long losing skid. They win the final 2 in that set against the Atlanta Braves. We know what they have to offer, obviously, the top of their lineup. Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, Pete Alonso stand out, but there are other supplemental guys in there as well, like a Brandon Nimmo, like a Jeff McNeil. There are going to be guys around. Travis Jankowski's back on the Mets. How did he find his way back here? I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I always think when I think of Travis Jankowski, who's been on a million teams now, is that picture that Shakira posted, just randomly. Like, oh, it was, and I quote, I'm gonna paraphrase this. Excited to be at Citi Field today. Nice to meet you at Travis Jankowski. Like, what? Anyways, I just found that funny that he's back with the Mets again. I think we're able to get outs here with Mitch Keller, who, again, has not had a bad season so far. His record just looks bad because he doesn't get run support. Again, Lindor is tough, I understand. Pete Alonso definitely as well, but I think Keller's going to be all right. Flip side of that, pitching for the Mets is David Peterson. This is the much easier part of the Nerfy. I know Peterson had a bad last outing against the Philadelphia Phillies. I know the Phillies have been ice cold at the plate recently too, but there's a difference pitching to Philadelphia than Pittsburgh. Let's just be honest. What do the Pirates really have at the top of the order that scares you? Nothing, you know? Adam Frazier, Brian Reynolds will have his nights, but still a 230 hitter this season. Clutch, Andrew McCutchen at times can be good. Horowitz, Gonzalez, O'Neal Cruz has been bumped down the order. Nothing that really concerns me there. The Pirates, they're playing better ball in the month of May, I thought. June hasn't been too kind to them. I think we're all right here. And David Peterson, again, sporting a 2.98 ERA right now. That is 23rd best in all of Major League Baseball. I think he's going to be fine here. I think we can get the 6 outs to kick off the day here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Minus 115 here for the Nerfy between the Mets and the Pirates. Let's go on to our second best bet of the video. We move now to a matchup in the American League East as we go to Baltimore, Maryland at Camden Yards for the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. On Apple TV, I hate Apple TV. Nobody actually has Apple TV, you know? That's just ridiculous. I live 5 minutes away from the Apple campus, and I don't own Apple TV. Anyways, the Tampa Bay Rays and the Baltimore Orioles. I'm taking the Tampa Bay Rays, okay? I'm taking Tampa to beat Baltimore. The first thing I look at when I see Tampa Bay's ESPN page is Wander Franco. Isn't that crazy? He's only getting 2 years. Now, I don't know the details that much. I just saw that the mom of the minor got 10 years. But Wander Franco got 2? Again, he's never going to make his way back to the major leagues. I mean, if Trevor Bauer, who got proven innocent, isn't going to come back to the majors, I know he's having a great year in Japan right now, but if Trevor Bauer can't come back, Wander Franco's obviously never coming back. I'd assume he's going to play somewhere, though. Like, I think Mexico might give him a shot. I don't know. But, this is 1,000 times worse than Trevor Bauer, which, again, there was really nothing bad with Bauer. It was just a sticky situation that, I'm not going to get into that. But I just found it crazy he only got 2 years. Regardless, the Tampa Bay Rays, other than Wander Franco news, this team's playing really well, okay? They've been one of the best teams in baseball in the last month or so. They're coming off of winning 4 of 5. They gave up 1 run in 27 innings against the Kansas City Royals, and we obviously profited off of that yesterday with a 4-0 victory. Shane Baz went 8 innings of shutout baseball, the best start he's had maybe in his entire career in Kansas City against the Royals. I think that's partially right. The Royals are ice cold at the plate, but at the same time, yes, Tampa's pitching is really good right now. The Rays are only a half game back the New York Yankees for the American League East lead. The Rays have been sparking discussion about, if they make the playoffs, which they probably will, where do they play their home games in the postseason, because they don't want to play, obviously, in that spring training facility. Let them play in Montreal. Just saying. They won't do that. They'll probably just play... I'm serious. They'll probably just move them to Miami, probably Miami. That's probably where they'll go. I know it's not that close, kind of. That's like 2 hours, I think. But anyways, I've been yapping about stuff that's not the Tampa Bay Rays. This team's playing really good baseball, okay? And I look at the matchup today. Ryan Pepio's been really good. Ryan Pepio's got a 3 ERA this season. He's been phenomenal. His last 2 starts have been great. And the last time he started against the Baltimore Orioles, he went 8 innings of 4-hit, 1-run baseball and 11 strikeouts. His last start against the Detroit Tigers, great baseball team. Pepio goes 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Yeah, the Rays are a problem right now. And Baltimore, they've lost 4 of 5. They dropped a series of the Rangers, dropped the series before that to the New York Yankees after they looked really good in that first game in the Bronx. They didn't look good in the second 2 games. They will be pitching Tomoyuki Sugano, who hasn't been as good. Because Sugano's whole thing is great pitch to contact guy. He'll give you 3-4 strikeouts a game. But he's like if Trevor Williams was actually good at baseball, right? He's 35, Sugano, but he's going to limit the damage. He'll give you 6-7 innings. Sure, he'll give up 2 runs. But again, the reason he's able to go deep into starts is because he's not working counts that long. He's able to force outs early in counts, and again, he'll give you a lot of length, right? And you don't need your bullpen to really be heavily taxed on Sugano bump days. Well, his last 3 starts, that hasn't been the case. Against the Athletics in Sacramento, he only goes 4 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. Next start against the Angels, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. Yankees start 3 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs. And the way the Rays are hitting the baseball right now, again, they're not some crazy offensive unit, but there's a lot of guys who do their job. Yandy Diaz, Brandon Lau, Caminero, Aranda's been great. There's so many guys on this team. I mean, Chandler Simpson's back too. That is always a difficult out at the bottom of the lineup with the Rays double leadoff. It's a tough team to manage against. It is. And this team is going to put the ball in play. They're going to battle. And I think it just makes it really tough on Sagano. And if they're able to chase Sagano out the game early, I think they're fine. I was surprised the odds are only at -125 for Tampa. Again, right now, guys, this team is playing like one of the best teams in Major League Baseball. You know, ESPN's Power Rankings has them as 9th. I'd argue they should be like 6 or 5 right now. How are they behind the Giants, who just got swept by the Miami Marlins? These probably aren't updated, but still, like, I'd say the Rays might be the 6th best team in baseball right now. They got Philly at 3. The Rays are probably better than the Rays are better than the Phillies right now. Yeah, the Rays are probably the 4th best team in baseball. Dodgers, Tigers, Astros, Rays. Don't think I'm missing anybody. Cubs. No, I'm putting Cubs at 5 right now. Yeah, the Rays are the 4th best team in baseball. They're hot. They're going to remain hot. And the Orioles just aren't that good right now. We've detailed their struggles outside of Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holiday. Sagano hasn't been very good recently, at least in the month of June. And the Rays take advantage, and I think the Rays win. So -120 for Tampa here on the road in Baltimore against the Orioles. Third best bet of the video. It's our daily player prop of the day. That was repetitive. Regardless, we're taking Luis Arraez on the over 1.5 total bases today. On the road are the Padres in Cincinnati against Nick Martinez. So Nick Martinez is the auto fade spot. That's just what he is. I guess he's opening today. Is he starting? I don't know, because they moved him to the bullpen after his last start was god awful. After he gave up 7 runs in 2 2/3 innings to the Twins. He's been seen in a limited spot since then, where he's only gone 2 1 innings. He pitched late in the game though against New York on Monday. So I think they're just starting Nick Martinez today. I believe. Regardless, like if this is a bullpen game, that's fine too, because really there are rarely matchups for Luis Arraez that don't really benefit him, just because he is that great and because he's such a tough out and he's such a great contact hitter. But if this is just Nick Martinez starting, yeah, I feel very good about Luis Arraez in this spot. I'm seeing this anywhere from -135 to -140. I think it's playable up to 140. Martinez, I've not seen anything out of the Reds saying if he's going to go deep into this game or not. But again, he is going to open at the very least. No, he's starting. Okay, never mind. I saw a tweet saying he's back in the rotation. Yikes. Luis Arraez, he punishes bad pitchers. He just does. And the thing is, he's not going to punish you by putting it over the wall. And this is why, his WAR is not that good as a first baseman. That's fair. Guys, I'm just going to be honest, and maybe Padres fans feel different. I would love to have Luis Arraez on my baseball team. I'm just going to be honest. I don't care he's going to hit 4 or 5 home runs a season. Like 7 home runs a year. I don't care. This is a guy who's one of the toughest outs in baseball every single year. And sure, most of his hits are just soft singles. I get that. But that's a guy I want on my baseball team. It's not like he's been a fluke for 5 seasons now. And sure, again, he's not posting the 340 average that he had one year, 354 average he had that one year in Miami. But the last time this guy's never batted under 285 in his career. Well, he's batting 288 right now. I mean, he's never batted under 290 to close the season. And sure, again, he's rarely ever going to have a more than a 1 WAR. But like, guys, you know how many first basemen in baseball don't really contribute? Okay, and I watched Dominic Smith play first base for my baseball team for a whole year and a half. That's kind of why. Like, I've seen contacting first basemen that just aren't that good. Again, this is no slam to Nathaniel Lowe, by the way. It's just Luis Arraez is going to be a free agent this offseason, and I don't know. I see people ranking him as a below mid first baseman in the majors. I know he's not good defensively. I know he's short for first base. He is one of the toughest outs in baseball. He just is. Because I watched him take a ball. It was a 3-2 pitch against Mackenzie Gore. But Mackenzie Gore just threw a bad curveball. It was completely off the plate. 2 balls outside. Luis Arraez just flings the bat out there, puts it down the line, and just bloops it into left field. I'm just like, how does he do that? It's so hard to put this guy away. So now, again, when we look at the over 1.5 total bases today, sure, Luis Arraez could hit a double. He hasn't hit a double, I don't think, in like 2 weeks. It's not what he does. He's a singles machine. Okay. He's actually hit a triple more recently than he's hit a double. His last double was back on June 10th, where he actually hit 2 against the Dodgers. No, sorry. It's June 15th against the Diamondbacks. Anyways, Luis Arraez has gotten a hit in every single game since June 13th. And most of those games, and like about half of those games, he's getting 2 knocks. We parlayed that with the fact that, okay, there's a possibility he does get extra bases, and at the same time, he's facing a pitcher for the Reds who got bumped out of the rotation. They had to put him back in the rotation in Nick Martinez, who's a pitch-to-contact guy, and who is the best contact hitter in all of baseball, who finds holes, who finds grass. It's Luis Arraez. I mean, this is tailor-made for him. I'm so serious. Vegas expects a lot of runs in this game. They expect a lot of, action on the base paths. The over-under is 9.5. It is the highest over-under line of today, and it makes sense. Now, there is a game in Anaheim today that I will be attending that I think might have more runs scored, but we'll get to that later. Well, that's if the Nats bats show up, but I'll talk about the Jose Soriano equation later. I think Luis Arraez is going to be able to slap 2 balls and get it down, okay? So, I'm going Luis Arraez over 1.5 total bases today in Cincinnati, Ohio, minus 135 against the Reds. 4th best bet of the video. It is our second money line of the day. Let's go to a matchup here in the American League West. Both sides minus 110. I'm actually seeing Seattle now slightly favored minus 115, okay? I'm going with the Rangers. Yes, I'm going with Texas to win the baseball game. I know, I don't usually take the Rangers. I actually like to stay away from the Rangers quite a bit, but they have won back-to-back. I don't know if that's fool's gold. It probably is because they beat the Baltimore Orioles. But hear me out, guys. Texas is at home, okay? The Mariners, the last 2 games, scored, 1 run in 18 innings against the Minnesota Twins. And now they have to face Nathan Eovaldi. I get it. Eovaldi's been out for quite a bit. His last appearance was, May 27th. So it's been exactly a month since Nathan Eovaldi's taken the mound. When Eovaldi's pitching, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Now, he didn't do a rehab assignment, which, but Eovaldi's got a 1.56 ERA. Don't expect him to go more than 5, I don't think. But I don't know. It's weird because, again, Bochy and the Rangers opted to not send him down to AAA or AA to get a rehab assignment. So maybe he is just going to go, again, his normal start length. I don't know, but expect like 5 innings today out of Eovaldi. Eovaldi versus the Mariners, who are struggling to score. Again, when Seattle struggles to score, it's bad, right? They will have their nights, don't get me wrong, where Cal Raleigh will hit 2 home runs, and J.P. Crawford will be on base every single time you see him. But when the Mariners are slumping, they slump. They just do, okay? Eovaldi with a 1.56 ERA, 0.81 whip. Yes, prior to the injury, he was still pitching like one of the best pitchers in baseball. I remember having the discussion like, okay, like Nathan Eovaldi should be in the Cy Young talks. Okay, it's Scooball, it's Crochet, Hunter Brown. That's kind of before like Hunter Brown really got into discussions. Actually, no, May he was. And then there was Nathan Eovaldi. Guys, in the month of May, Nathan Eovaldi made 5 starts. His ERA is 0.68. I mean, he is still one of the best pitchers in baseball at his age, which is crazy. I'd expect him to completely shut down the Mariners. And Seattle's throwing a really good pitcher too, right? They're throwing Logan Gilbert. I will say Logan Gilbert hasn't been as good as Eovaldi has this year. And that's no slight on Gilbert, who's really good. It's just Evaldi's been that good. Gilbert's last couple starts, I don't think he's gone over, he hasn't pitched more than 5 innings since opening day. So we're expecting, short start out of Eovaldi, that's fair. But it's not like Gilbert's been giving the Mariners any depth or any length in any of his starts so far. So the 2 starts that he's had post his return, June 16th against the Red Sox, June 22nd against the Cubs. Against Boston, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. Against Chicago, 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 homers. Strikeouts are still there, and that's always going to be a thing with Logan Gilbert, right? I mean, the guy's got 60 strikeouts, and he's missed like 8 starts. More like 5. But still, that's a feat, right? Probably more, actually. It's like 7 starts, I think. Anyways, it's going to be a struggle to score runs. I completely understand. Texas, though, is coming off a series where they looked really good offensively. Okay, they scored at will against the against the Orioles. It's a process. I get it. Like Seager, again, great threat, obviously. Corey Seager's batting .240 this season. Josh Smith has been one of their best hitters, batting .275. Semien, my goodness, he's been bad. But hey, had 3 hits yesterday, right? Adolis Garcia has been bad. Evan Carter has just been Josh Young will have his nights. Hit a home run yesterday, had 3 RBI, right? So when the Rangers are on and They have been the last 2 games. They're really great. Obviously, this doesn't apply to this game because obviously DeGrom's not pitching. Jacob DeGrom, my goodness, that man. Whew. He can enter the Cy Young conversation again. Jacob DeGrom took a perfect game into the 7th inning. 2.08 ERA, that's 4th best in all of Major League Baseball. Unk still got it in DeGrom, and Unk still got it with Nathan Eovaldi as well. I'm going Texas Rangers money line here at home against the Seattle Mariners. I think the Mariners bats right now leave a lot to be desired, and I like the Rangers to win the game at home at Globe Life. So Seattle now slight favorites. Okay, turn me up. Give me the Mariners to lose now. I'm taking the Rangers here on the road, at home as underdogs to win the game at -105 or -110, wherever you get it. Okay, final best bet of the video. Our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. I will actually be at this game. I know back-to-back weekends. I'm going to good old SoCal. So you'll see again the setup tomorrow in a hotel room for Saturday and Sunday's videos. Anyways, Nationals team total over 3.5. It's at -130. I'm gonna take that. Okay. I know the Nats came off of a horrendous scoring effort their last 15 innings they played in San Diego. It was really bad. They got shut out by Nick Pivetta, who had like a 70 ERA in the month because that's just how the Nationals play baseball. Jose Soriano, and I have detailed this quite a bit. Jose Soriano, there's a trend with this guy. For the most part. Whenever he starts to put together any momentum, he gets blown up. Okay? I saw this when he pitched against the Red Sox. We've seen it early in the season against Pittsburgh and a start against the Blue Jays and the Marlins. He's put together 3 really good starts. And hey, we benefited last time we picked Jose Soriano. We had Angels money line last Saturday night. I was at that game as well, actually. Last Saturday night against the Houston Astros. That was great, you know. What are the odds Jose Soriano now puts a 4th really good start together? Now, if there was a team he's going to do that against, 100% it's the Washington Nationals. I just seen the Nats score 4 runs, which the Angels also have an atrocious bullpen. The Nats bullpen sucks. Well, boy, the Angels bullpen sucks too. I think the Nats bullpen, I personally think is worse. I think statistically, I think numbers-wise, I do believe the Angels bullpen's actually categorically worse. I don't care. The Nats bullpen sucks. So that's why I think the over 8.5 is very playable tonight as well. I'm just going to trust in the Nats, though, which might not be a good thing. But the Nats, you know, they showed up in their first game in Los Angeles. They scored. They showed up in the first game they played in San Diego. They scored. Off day yesterday. I know the Angels had an off day, too. Yes, because they beat Boston. They swept Boston. Yeah, it's going to be a tough series for the Nats, man. Who are 15 under 500. God, they suck. But yeah, Soriano, I don't think puts together another good start. I think we can expect, you know, Abrams, normal guys. Abrams, Wood, Louis, I think will hit very well against Soriano. The bottom of the lineup, though, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The bottom of the lineup sucks. I hope we see Drew Millis today instead of Riley Adams. You know, I know Radams had his one shining moment in his first game in San Diego, and then when he played the Dodgers that first night where he hit the home run. I don't want to see Riley Adams anymore. I want to see Drew Millis, please. Caleb Lomavita is still a while away, but at this point, like, I wouldn't really mind them just saying, all right, Lomavita, you haven't played past, what, is he in double or single still? I don't know, or I don't even know I don't know if he's in Wilmington or if he's in, I think he's still in Wilmington. I don't care. Call him up from high A. I'm so serious. The guy played 3 years of college ball at Cal. Like, he can step in if you need him to. I'm so serious. I'm sick of what we're doing at the catcher position. I just am. Like, Millis, I hope I've seen Drew Millis play, though. That's the thing. Like, just, he's all right. Switch hitter. They make him bunt quite a bit because he can bunt as a catcher, which is just weird. He is better than Riley Adams, though, I believe. Defensively, probably not. I don't know. He might be better defensively than Riley. No, Riley Adams is a really good spotter. Anyways, the bottom line still sucks. I understand. You know, we're going to be batting Dalen Lyle. We're going to be batting who I like, but we're going to be batting Jacob Young. I still haven't seen the power of Brady out of Brady House. He has 1 extra base hit, and he's been in the majors for like 2 weeks. And again, it's a process with a young player like him and Dalen Lyle, too. It's just right now the Nats aren't in a very good spot. But we only need them to score 4 runs. This is a James Wood matchup. It just is. Okay, Wood, who just got snubbed from the All-Star starting votes. He'll be fine. Like, he's going to be an All-Star. He's just not going to start, which is stupid. Like, Teoscar Hernandez is going to start, but James Wood won't. Like, make it make sense, man. Max Muncy's a finalist for the starters. Like, what are we doing? He bats 0.52 against lefties this season. Like, I don't know, just what happens when he gets into the All-Star game and Max Muncy's starting and, oh, here's Tarek Skubal. Like, here's Garrett Crochet. Like, what do we think is going to happen? You know, Muncy's going to close his eyes and swing 3 times. Anyways, I think it's a Nats matchup for the top of the order. That's really the only part of the order that actually gets us production. But the 4 lefties at the top of the order, okay, those guys produce. Those guys produce, okay? Abrams, Wood, Garcia, Lowe. And then low-key, Josh Bell, okay? Like, Bell's okay. He's not great, but he's okay. They'll probably bat House 5th, probably, and then Bell 6th. That's fine, okay? The top 6 doesn't really concern me. The bottom 3 is just where it's like, oh my goodness, what are we doing? Dylan Lyle, again, it's a process. I get it. But Lyle, likely Millis tomorrow, probably still go JY. They'll go Jacob Young. It's a struggle. It's a struggle bus. Where's Robert Hassel? I don't know why we sent Robert Hassel down after 2 weeks. He changed his swing down in AAA now, and he's been great. So I want that guy back up immediately. It's going to be Washington Nationals team total over here of 3.5 runs. I think they do it here at -130. I don't know if they beat the Angels, but Jake Irvin's pitching, and I can just hope, I guess. I don't know. Real quickly, but that'll do it for the best bets portion of the video. Real quickly, I just need to put you all in some game real quick. Just in case, I need this to be documented too. When Travis Sikora is one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, I just need to make sure this is on video, so I said this. Guys, Travis Sikora is the best relief pitcher. Travis Sikora, guys, is the best prospect starting pitcher in all of baseball right now, okay? I think his ranking is 55th. That's fine, okay? He is the best prospect that you haven't really heard of just yet. This is a guy who, so far this year in the minor leagues, has a 1.11 ERA over 41 innings. He's given up 5 runs in 41 innings. Last year, his first year in the minors, down at Fredericksburg, single A, the guy had pitched 85 innings, gave up 22 runs. That's a 2.33 ERA. He's got nasty break on his slider. His fastball, very good as well. Guys, his whip this season is .61. So the reason I bring up Sikora right now is that he just got called up to Double-A. So finally, he's done playing in Wilmington. Welcome now to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He's going to be playing for the Senators. This is a guy that needs to be fast-tracked to the major leagues immediately, okay? I think this is a September call-up or an opening day 2026 call-up that can immediately complement a guy like Mackenzie Gore in the rotation. The Nats have talked about it before, and I don't know if this is still the plan because of all the losing, but they've been trying to find another ace-type pitcher to match or to pair alongside Mackenzie Gore. I don't know who that is. Maybe you can tell me who that is, because legitimately, I don't know who the Nats could actually target to be that ace along Gore. Like, who the hell are they going to get? But Travis Sikora is a guy who can be an immediate high-end pitcher for this team. I'm telling you, the break on this man's slider is insane. He is unhittable, and really, he hasn't faced a challenge yet in the minor leagues. He was the 71st overall pick back in 2023 for the Nationals. He's, 21 years of age. He's 6'6", 232. You thought Jacob Mizorowski is an up-and-coming prospect? You think Paul Skeens is great? Just wait for Travis Sikora to get in the major leagues. So I'm just saying, I'm putting y'all in game right now. When he becomes the guy for the Nats, can't say I didn't tell you so. Anyways, folks, that does it for MLB 5 Best Bets here on June 27th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching.